Hello everyone and welcome to Witches of the Moon. My name is Jen and I'm your Tuesday hostess. Now this week's topic is all about herbs, and if you guys are like me, it's kind of hard to choose just one herb that you work with that's your favorite, right? Especially now that I'm taking a certified herbalist course. There are many herbs that I'm reading about, and it's like, I want to know about this, I want to know about that, I want to use this, I want to use that, ooh, I want to make that tea, I want to make that tincture. So the list goes on and on and on and on, right? So one of the herbs that I'm going to talk about, or the main herb that I'm going to talk about, is Damiana. And the other herb that I'm going to talk about is sage. And I use white sage I use white sage pretty much every single day. I use white sage to connect to my spirit guides. I use it in ritual. I use it before any type of mediumship reading, before any type of tarot or oracle reading, or any other kind of working that I might be doing. That I use that to clear my space and to clear myself. It's part of my ritual that I do on a daily basis. Having said that, if you don't have white sage, or you don't like the smell of white sage, you can actually use your cooking sage to do the same thing. Now, it will not smell the same, but it will actually do the same type of thing. It will do the cleansing. It will do whatever you want it to do. So, having talked about that, what I want to talk about is Damiana. And the ways that I use Damiana is not what I have found in my research. When I first learned about Damiana, my first thought was to use it the way that I do now, and that's as an offering to my spirit guide Chief. Chief is Native American, and he came into my world in 2009, and he definitely got my attention in many different ways. You know, I would hear flute music, and other people would hear flute music too when there wasn't any. I would hear drumming, and as I learned, the Native American drumming that I was hearing was a person being called home. And so every time I would hear that, I knew someone was going to pass away. The other thing that I would hear would be wind chimes when there was no wind chimes. And other people has heard this too. I'm not the only one who has heard this. My husband has heard the drumming when it first started, and I would tell him, oh, by the way, you're getting an obit, and he would get an obit the next day, because what we do is we do web designs, we do websites, and so we do the funeral homes website, and we post up all the obituaries on the website for him, just like every other funeral home does. And so whenever I would tell him that, you know, later on that day or in the morning, there would be an obituary, which was no different than the last couple of days. Although I didn't hear drumming, I just, we were driving past the funeral home, and I said, you know, you're getting an obit. And so today he got an obit, which is very normal for my life. But anyways, I digress. I'm getting off topic. Damiana. So I use it as a an offering for Chief, and I also will put it on a charcoal disc as like a type of incense. But to me, still, that's an offering. And again, that was something that I just intuitively did. It wasn't something that I was told to do. It was just something that, I don't know, it was just something that I did. I mean, I do that a lot with a lot of different things. And later on, once I find out more information about whatever it is I'm doing, you know, it clicks, and I'm like, oh, that's why I was doing that. You know, I had no idea. Anyways, I do have some information on some paper that I'm going to share with all of you about Damiana. And if you use Damiana and you use it differently than the ways that I'm going to read, I would love to hear about that. If you live in an area where it grows, I would love to hear about that too. I would love to hear if you harvest it. I would love to hear how you dry it. I would love to hear anything and everything that you have to offer that you're willing to share about this. You know, I believe that there's no right or wrong way to use a herb or anything else. If it feels right for you, then I think that's great. I don't think we should be limited to what a book or a piece of paper says. I think using our intuition is very important and something we need to do more of. Anyways, Damiana. It is a small shrub with aromatic leaves found on dry, sunny, rocky hillsides in South Texas. And Natalie, if you are able to harvest this, please let me know. It's also found in Southern California, in Mexico, and Central America. Now, Damiana leaves have been used as an aphrodisiac and to boost sexual potency by the native peoples of Mexico, including the Mayan Indians. And, you know, that's not the only thing. Like I said, it's used as a way to, like a cigarette or something if you wanted to smoke it. It comes in capsules. You can use it as a tea. You can use it as a tincture. There is no known precautions, and from even what I've read, children have even had this in like a drink format. So the other thing, I mean, this is just for men. I mean, men and women. You know, the Mayan people actually gave this to both men and women. And it was for sexual stimulation, to increase energy. It helped with asthma, depression and menstrual problems, to help relieve anxiety, nervousness, and it could even act as a mild laxative if need be. So those are just some ways that this has been used. And in my herbal course that I'm taking, there's actually a tea that's for Damiana. I haven't tried it yet. I haven't got that far to that point, but I will definitely be interested in checking that out. And if I do use it as a tea, which I probably will, I will let you know how that went. I'll come back and attach a comment or do another video, a follow-up video, maybe on my own channel. So that you can learn, you know, or see how that goes or whatever. And then there's also one of a, oh my gosh. I keep saying a love spell, but it's not called a love spell, a love potion. That's what they call it in the book. It's called a love potion. And it's actually in that same book, and it's for Damiana. Now, again, I haven't read into that, so I don't know if they're talking about self-love. I'm sure they're not, but hey, love is love, right? So anyways, that's what I have for you today on Damiana, and I'm sure all the other hostesses and the host will have some amazing videos on herbs. And I'm anxious to watch everybody else's, and I hope you watch everyone's video. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I mean, this is an awesome channel. We talk about many different things, and there's some other cool things going on in the works too, so which some of you may know if you've been following Witches of the Moon for a long time, and those of you who don't, stay tuned and watch and see. But anyways, make sure you comment below and comment on everybody's video. Make sure you watch everybody's video, and I'm gonna go because it's getting late, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.